Happy New Year, Fire Buddies! In today's episode, we'll chat about motivation, intentional living, and creating happiness for 2022. I'm setting the bar quite high for myself and planning on continuing to shed old identities that have finished serving me and taking on new identities that reflect who I want to be. I also want to cultivate my relationships with people who truly matter. Because really, the point of all this money talk is to have the freedom from doing stuff we don't like and to be able to do things that we do like and spend time with people we love, right? I'm also going to be totally straightforward with you. I am not going to tell you to grow wealth. I'm not going to tell you to eat healthy or exercise. I'm not going to tell you to have a positive mindset. I'm certainly not going to tell you to write down a list of goals that you have for this coming year. Why? Because you don't need someone telling you what to do. What I've learned over the years is when it comes to being successful, the secret is that it has to come from within. Sure, there can be people that inspire you or guide you and teach you, but the first step to getting what you want is that you are going to have to want it for yourself. Someone else wanting it for you isn't sustainable, and only the people who truly want to be wealthy, healthy, and happy will find a way to get it. I'll give you an example. I was scrambling at the last minute to do the last few required hours of continuing medical education on December 30th, 2021, because, arbitrary deadlines light fires under people's butts and create a sense of urgency. And one lecture I was listening to really got me all riled up. It was about obesity and how the odds are stacked against us to lose weight. Our cave person bodies are built for survival in between periods of lacking food. When folks try to diet, the body goes into starvation mode, slows down metabolism, making it even harder to burn calories. A gut hormone called ghrelin is released to stimulate appetite and deposit fat. A hormone called GLP-1 is impaired in folks who are overweight, which means that people will feel less full and stomach emptying speed is increased. After listening to that lecture, frankly, I thought, what a bunch of excuses. What's the point? Just to tell us that people should give up on losing weight since our bodies seem to want us to just conserve energy and sit around all day? All I heard the whole time was a bunch of rationalizing. Of course it isn't easy, and of course it takes work. What the lecture failed to address whatsoever was that there are many other powerful human characteristics that can be deployed. Our abilities to solve problems, our ingenuity, our motivation, our drive, our willingness to do better. Our high level of thinking that can more than overcome whatever energy conserving animal state that our bodies want to be in. So sure, you can reduce us to a bag of calorie hoarding survival hormones, and maybe that explains why many folks go to a stressful job they don't really like, that just pays enough to cover the bills, sit down, eat fatty, sugary foods that they crave, watch TV when they come home, doom scroll on social media for a few hours, sleep poorly, and then do it all over again. And these folks won't be doing better than that, and that's actually totally fine because they will still live their lives. But, and this is a huge but, the few of you who want to do better than that, you'll show up wherever you need to seek out whatever opportunities you need, to learn whatever skills you need to create and live a rich, full life. You'll find a way to overcome the powerful forces at play that try to zap your attention, that try to block you from a healthy life, that keep you in your current state of health. You will put in the work. You'll find a way. You realize that you are human with reasoning skills, with an ability to control your own destiny, that you aren't just a ship aimlessly tossing in a storm in the sea, that you are able to find the right direction, that you're able to make the moves you need to make to get where you want to go. Again, you don't have to seek self-improvement if you don't want to. You don't need to justify your existence on Earth. You're allowed to just exist. And you certainly don't have to be better just because someone else is better or you don't see the intrinsic value of being better. But for those who want to take on a new identity of an improved version of yourself this year, here are 3 concrete tips. First, you must find joy in the process. Let's use weight loss as an example again. I can tell you to eat all the greens in the world and do as much physical activity as you can, but you hate the few vegetables that you've tried and you aren't motivated to try out new methods of cooking and you can't seem to like any vegetables whatsoever, there's no way you will be able to change. You have to like it. Even just tolerating it will help you only in the short run. You have to find intrinsic value in the lifestyle intervention itself. Same with exercising. It is only sustainable if you find an activity that you truly enjoy. Not for the sake of weight loss or even for your health, but because you actually find joy in the activity itself. Maybe that's playing basketball or hiking or playing tennis or going to spin class. Try out a bunch of new activities and see what suits you the most. Now, when it comes to investing, this was an easy one for me. Investors have been blessed with a bull run for the last 12 plus years. Well, besides a little blip that happened for a month in March 2020. And as long as you stayed the course, for example, through Trump's trade war in 2018 or when the first pandemic shutdowns first happened, you did very well. It's pretty satisfying to see your money grow like an avocado tree making free avocados. Joy in the process really comes naturally here. When you figure out your process and you learn enough to trust the process and not panic when there are setbacks because you have a decent understanding of what's going on, and you also believe in the future, investing itself becomes a reward. Okay, step number 2. Make small moves that lead to big results. Back to healthy living again. Give yourself an unlimited budget for grocery store fruits and vegetables. Everyone has to eat. I guarantee you that eating out or buying whatever junk food is going to be way more expensive. A week's worth of vegetables may cost you $30, and for 99% of folks watching, you can afford it. For physical activity, choose something that you can do on your own, like running or hiking or biking. And then if you have like-minded friends, you can do a group activity. In investing, here are a few easy moves that will lead to some big results. First, get your 401k match. Second, open a Roth IRA. Put $500 a month in there. In 38 years, with a 7% return, you'll become a millionaire with just your Roth money. Stash away $1,000 a month in all your investment accounts, and in 28 years, you'll achieve millionaire status. $2,000 a month, you'll join a 2 commas club in 20 years. It becomes pretty easy to contribute more and more the more gains that you see. Step number 3 for success, limit your choices. For your health, this can be as simple as sticking to the same list of delicious fruits and vegetables every week, or choosing to buy whatever's on sale. For activities, stick with the same activity or group of activities that you've been doing. For stock investing, don't get caught up on which individual company is going to the moon because honestly, nobody knows. Hype can be fun, but that can also be dangerous for you. Just choose something that represents the S&P 500 or the total stock market, and you'll be fine. But don't just take my word for it. Learn why this is a sound investment. Watch my previous videos that I will link in the description. Don't blindly just trust anybody, myself included. You have to go out and try to understand for yourself what you're doing. And finally, I'll give you a bonus step. Automate, set it, and forget it. Probably the most important step. This is where the employer 401k really helps because it deducts your contributions directly before the paycheck even reaches your bank account. Also, set up automatic transfers of up to $500 a month or $6,000 a year into a Roth IRA or traditional IRA to convert into a backdoor Roth if your individual income is above $140,000 or if you're married and your income total combined is more than $208,000 for 2021. I also personally would open up a brokerage account to automate transfers of post-tax money to invest in stocks or learn about other asset classes like real estate. So, to recap the steps to reach your goals, find joy in the process, make small moves that lead to big results, limit your choices, and automate. And that's all for today, my fire buddies. Feel free to share this episode with a friend who wants to create an abundant life for themselves. Subscribe to Go On Fire for more stimulating finance talks, as new videos are obviously released every single Wednesday. Happy saving, happy spending, happy investing, and let's get financially savvy together.